All right, guys, welcome in. Welcome in. We're doing a quick live video today. So yeah, welcome in. Yeah, we got the projections up here as always. Yeah, I didn't even look at the weather report. We could do that though. That's a good question. I don't have the weather report. Everything looks pretty good. We got temps blowing in. Out to left in that Milwaukee game, the Brewers are popping a little bit, and they're kind of lower owned for stack wise. Wind outright at the Oakland game. I think that's not in our slate. Upper 60s, warm with wind blowing out. Minnesota KC game, bump to bats. I kind of like that. I didn't have any Minnesota or KC, but I do like Minnesota. Maybe that's where we target some one-offs like Bobby Witts. We can target Buxton in that game. Cool winds blowing out 10 to 15. I really like this Yanks stack to some today. It's a tough day. Chilly winds blowing out to right, though. I like that Baltimore game, though. Stack in Boston for what it's worth. Blowing out to left or right. Atlanta pops a little bit. Okay, let's check out the playbook. I thought I was zoomed in here, but I guess I'm not. Zoomed in. Okay, playbook guys, welcome in. If you're watching, this is gonna be a quick video. I put it out just now. I like these guys' pitcher today. Springs is almost like a lock. I'm gonna lock these guys in. There's some other pretty viable options though. Springs just rates out really well, but I mean, he's gonna be very chalky. I like this Jared Schuster guy. He's very cheap on DK. You can really get a lot of bats in today. That's why I like some of these spend up stacks. I like the Brewers, like some of the Mets power bats, the Sox, the Yanks, is some leverage stacks that are not getting a lot of ownership here. Rays another one. I like the Twins. I might get more onto. I didn't have them in my initial preview, but I really like the weather report there. And then the Royals as well. They're kind of down here in the middle of the road stack on my rankings. So, I mean, just you kind of use this sheet as what I'm doing, guys. I can use this to build quick lineups where I'm just hand building stuff. I really like this playbook. It kind of gives an idea what I'm doing, and where I'm going to go today. So, like, I like the Yankees power bats. I like the Orioles as one of my main stocks today. They're grading up pretty good. The Brewers are going to be in contention here. They're definitely a top stack, and they're not really getting that much ownership on DK as of right now. Everything I zoomed in is zoomed back out. So awesome. So if we look at the Brewers, we want to build some stacks with them. Some of the players, we got ownership coming in at 13, 14. Yeah, they're kind of higher. So they're a little bit higher than they were when I did that playbook earlier. I just posted it now. You guys can hear me, right? Everybody hear me? Good. No comments? Any questions? Drop them in the chat. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. It's just me today, solo again. I'm doing a quick video. This is probably only going to be about another 5-7 minutes, something like that. We can build some lineups real quick, but we're not going to go in detail because I got to build my lineups and I'm heading to some Easter party thing with some family at 1, so it's going to be quick. The Yankees bats are coming in ownership wise very cheap. That's why I really like them. They're projecting pretty decent on our stacks page. So they're middle of the road stack. They've kind of dropped a little bit, but I know Ross Stripling kind of sucks, and these guys got some power bats. You guys can hear my kids? Oh. No. Yeah, let me know. They're in the background, but my mic should just be me. So, but yeah, let me know. Like they are behind me, but they're behind a wall here. So, but they might be loud enough to be heard. Yeah, it's very cold here, and yeah, it is cold over there. So the Baltimore-Boston game's a little bit, but the Boston total is really, man, that climbed up there pretty. Hey.
We're going on the Easter.
I know we're going to Easter egg hunt. Okay, go upstairs and get ready to go. Dad's almost done. Okay, Boston, the ownership's pretty low, and they do have a decent run total. I do like them in that matchup, though, unfortunately. But yeah, I think we should make sure we include that game. Atlanta is another stack that isn't really getting that much ownership. I mean, these guys have been like 20% owned lately, and they're not as much ownership. And you get some of these guys still relatively cheap. Olsen's just hitting homers, 4,800. That's not a bad price tag. I like the Yanks guys, like we said, they're not getting any ownership. But it's cold there. The Rays are another team that nobody was on yesterday. Scored a lot of runs. I had a nice stack with them. I had some really good calls yesterday, guys. You locked in Steele and you locked some of these plays in that I talked about. I just think it was good. And the Brewers are another stack that we're going to want to play here. Currently, they're coming in decently owned now, but they weren't as much. But the weather's really good there. As we just went over the weather, if you haven't checked the weather, start over from the stream. Minnesota, what's the ownership? Yeah, I'm starting to get into the Minnesotas. Might be a sleeper stack I could add. The weather's really good there in KC. And last time I played a good stack in there. You could even run it on the other side with KC. I know they got a decent pitcher pitching against them. Though maybe here, let me check my other screen. Pitcher for KC is Keller, which sucks. I think Minnesota's good. Joe Ryan, yeah, he's been decent in the past. He's kind of a sleeper pitcher if you taking a shot on a pitcher. That's total isn't as high. I do like him down there. Their ownership's really low, and they're projecting decent for a stack. They're projecting really well, actually. So it might be a stack that I really want to get to. Taddy, yeah, I got kids in the background. They're playing downstairs. So yeah. What's up, guys? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you're not here. Help us blow up the streams a little bit, get more people in here, more interactive. The Sundays are probably a little bit crazy because of the time dependent. It's going to be an interesting slate. One of my favorite teams overall, I haven't really talked about much this year yet, is Houston. I used to stack these guys a lot. I had some of them yesterday. Every lineup I built yesterday, but one cashed in the MME. I had a lot of things right. I just didn't have like the combinations right. Like we had the Duvall play with sprinkled in a lot of lineups because he was cheap. So some of these plays we're getting is kind of cheap. So like if we want to do game stacks today, um, I haven't messed around with this game stack, but I should add some more of this in because this is kind of cool. You can play like that KC Twins game, and then you can kind of run a couple guys back, like maybe run Twins and then Buxton run back or something. Or I mean Twins and then like a Witt run back or something. But I generally like to play 5-man stacks mostly. When I play, it's just what I do. And team stacks where we just went over our targets. We maybe want like 10% Yanks, 10% Baltimore. That's we really like. So maybe we do 20% Mets or something. Twins we want more of. We do 10 of them. Milwaukee we want like 20 of them. So you just kind of go through and pick your favorite. Boston, probably 10 of them due to weather. Atlanta, I didn't get 10 of them. Just kind of build your lineups. Tampa Bay, maybe we do 20 of them or something. They're kind of lower owned. And then we got 5-man stacks. You can kind of like, okay, what teams do I want to stack 5-man of? We like a Yankees like 10, like a Baltimore 10, and make sure we get at least some of these stacks. Kind of spread it out. Maybe we want 20 of the Mets or something. We want 20 Minnesota and all of something. And then we want 20 Milwaukee. Then we come here and you just build your lineups. We want to use more salary. 49,500. I'm actually going to be building all my lineups in the car today. Actually, I'm actually going to be building all of my lineups in the car probably today, which is fine. I'm building this video. I did the playbook this morning. Top pitchers. Yeah, I probably should have talked about that first. So Jeffrey Springs is like a lock to me, almost like Steele yesterday. He's just going against Detroit. He's projecting the highest. The Jared Schuster at 5.3. He's kind of a lock today. Since I'm running the projections right now, I'm going to pull pictures up on a different screen. So Springs, Garcia is projecting really well. His ownership's around 34. Schuster's around 23 on DK, but he's got a good projection. Washington's not very good, but that doesn't mean they don't hit him. So be careful with that play. Ashcraft against Pittsburgh is a decent option. He's a lower owned option you can get leverage with if you're going to stack higher lever like own stacks. But I think the stacks are kind of spread out today. So you kind of just lock in the pitchers that you want. Joe Ryan against KC is an option. KC's kind of started the year slow, but I feel like that's a decent team for hitting upside in the game today. So they might be a stack that I want to target. So yeah, pretty much those are the ones. If you guys check out the playbook, you have all the top pitchers here. This is a really good thing. You can see there's a lot more leverage on these guys on FanDuel just because it's a one pitcher versus two. So the leverage is kind of spread out here. Like I just said, Ashcraft's actually probably leverage over here, but I really like Schuster and Springs so much on DK. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. I didn't make my changes. Springs, we're going to actually just up him, and then Devers would just up Devers. And that should apply. Now we can get our lineups here. So we built this. We built all 5-man stacks. We put in all of our information that we wanted. We created our salary. We ran 150. This is a very simple way to do it. Very easy. You'll get the stacks that you want, and it should just be mixing in guys that you kind of play are high projected guys. So you see this twin stack here. that you want. It's got 3 good Braves in it. I actually really like this is the number 1 stack right now. Um, Here that we got Italian pitching against the Brewers, which we don't really like, but he's low owned, so we probably wouldn't want that. So then we go over to our exposures and say, why did you give me a ton of terrible pitchers? And how do I expand this out farther? Okay. Okay, there we go. Now I can see what the hell's going on. We got 19 pitchers in here. We probably want like 50% Springs because he's going to be a lock because he's already at. We're at even higher on him than that. We're at 60 actually. We're not getting any Schuster. They don't like Schuster over here, but I do like Schuster. So as of yesterday, that's the play we want. So now we just rerun again, apply, and send exposures. Hopefully we get some more lineups that we want. And actually, I didn't do that right. Where the hell are we? 60-40. There we go. Just build again. We should have all our settings. Just build again. That sucks, but I forgot to do pictures. So thank you for reminding me, Tony, for pictures. What's up, guys? Welcome in the team. I'm trying to bring some energy. I still have to build 10 lineups. I built them all yesterday for you guys on stream. If you didn't check that video out yesterday, if you're looking at building lineups using Saber, we literally pulled my DraftKings right up. We built the lineups right on here and everything. Well, I'm really behind today because I'm going to a party. So hopefully we can show some good lineups here that we're using with our SaberSim tool that you guys can get as well included. We should have Goldie projections up here this week coming in, the aggregate projections, which are really good to use. It brings in 6 industries, all their projections, and puts it into one to see where the industry's at, ownership and projections. So that's kind of cool. And then Sheets projections up there as well. You can use Sheet stacks as well in Goldie. You can pull their CSVs and put them in here manually as well. But I'm hoping I get some more lineups with Schuster, and that's what we want. Boom, there's a Brave stack. Let's get rid of this again. I don't do the buttons that well all the time. So Springs and Schuster, this is exactly what we want here. We got our pitchers we want. We got Judge in here, which I really like. We got Confronto in here in that same game. It's a little cold there, but we got some of these guys. This is a decent stack. They're actually coming in quite low owned. The Braves are today, so it does like them this projection. And this is a really good lineup. I actually might play that in one. It uses almost 100 salary. Maybe just look at different options on these 3 guys, but we do like the Brewers here. So, yeah, that's not a bad cheap option. He's projecting well. More Braves. We're getting a lot of Braves. Let's look at some other ones. Here's a Yankees one, Bellinger, Cruz, a couple. I would actually probably going to do some more 5-3s today. So look for me to add that into the criteria when we run our lineups. Kyle Tucker's a good one-off. Devers a good one-off. Selver, this lineup I kind of like, but it uses Talion though. But I mean, if you want to get different. The projections like Talion because he's lower owned. But this is a decent twin stack right here with some 3 power bats. See if you want to play the power bat game, go for the homers. And then you got a nice twin stack that could score 12 runs. It's very good strategy. Let's get some twins here with 3 Braves, kind of like this. Ross Stripling, I would X him out. I don't really like him. I'm just going through some lineups quick, though. Here's another Schuster one with Braves. Here's another Italian with Mets. Springs and Ryan, Schuster and Braves. Man, it gives you so much money. So see the problem when you're building these lineups right now? It's giving you so much because he's only 5,300, so you have so much money to spend. So it wants to pay up for Witt, Stanton, Soler, which hit a homer yesterday. He had a good game. And then you're getting all these expensive bats. So you can really do a lot when you play Schuster, and he's not coming in that high owned. So I mean, he's projecting really well currently still on my thing. I'm going to update my projections to make sure something didn't happen on this other end here. And then, yeah, because I want to get some Mets like this one right here. This is good. Mets with Devers, Judge, a Marlin guy, which projecting good at the leadoff spot. And then you have really good. You have Pham, McNeil, Lindor, Alonso, and Nitto. And then you have Springs and Schuster. I really like this lineup. Uses almost all the salary. So this would be a lineup I would play. It's got really good bat position. You kind of just look at it like that. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. Schuster's still grading out really well on DraftKings, guys. He might be my guy of the day. It's been 16 minutes now live. We've looked at some lineups, showed you guys some tips on building. Ooh, I just found another one that I really like. I'm going to play these 2 lineups right now. I'm going to put them in. I don't want to do that while on the show. So, yeah, I even like this one here. Lindor, Yelich, Yangom, Schuster, and Springs. So there's some really good lineups, guys. Just do what I did. Very simple. You can lock it in. You can run some. You can do a 20 lineup build and then just load them in for your 20 max. You can change the settings, maybe make 5 threes. You can put some player exposures, like if you're all in on Buxton today. So maybe you don't want to get Stan and Judge as much like as one-offs. Maybe you want Buxton, you just go and put 20% on Buxton, and then you'll get 20% in the lineups one-offs or something, or in the stock. So that's just what you got to do. Like you got Buxton, Kepler, Pham, 3 Mets. They got a 5-3 stack that I really like right here. It's got Bassett and Springs, which are 2 good pitchers that I really like today. So if you don't want to pay down for Schuster, you can play Bassett and Springs together, which I really like. And then this is a nice Twins and Mets stack, which are 2 of the top stacks on our playbook today. Mets and the Twins are right up here at number 6 on the stack list. I'm going to highlight them now as a green. I've got the weather's really good there. I think they're a good play. So this is a stack I'm going to put in. This is a stack I'm probably going to put in. And then I think I had another one down here that I really like. I think the 5 Mets. I think there was 5 Mets, or this Yelich one, some one-offs with Yelich and stuff like that. So I'm going to stick to these 2 right now. So, okay, guys, no more questions rolling in. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed some building on the stream, kind of looking at some different lineups here we got. So, yeah, man, hit the like button on the way out, and appreciate you guys. And let's get it.